So this shows an exaggerated view of the slope. And here we have, let's say this is one of the olive trees, and if we would get a drop of water here, it would just run off typically. Now, of course, we are intercepting some of that water now with the stone mulching, as we see here. But what we're going to try and do today, and my good buddy Leo is going to help me, we are going to chip away everything there and create a terrace around this tree. So everything that was there at the back, we're going to scoop it out and put it here in front, giving you this. If we look at the profile of the land, this is now where that tree is at the moment. Here we've got that tree, okay, and everything at the back is going to go in front. Then this is just another view. Here we've got what we're going to take out, and we're going to put it on this side. Now we've got the rocks here already. The pink here represents the rocks that's lying there, part of the stone mulching. So we're just going to work around that, because the stone mulching now comes from up here and goes down. So we're probably going to drop it a little bit here, and we're going to move around there. But we're going to try and make this slightly deeper as well. So when we get rain coming down here, it's going to run in here, and then we're going to slow it down. And it's going to get the opportunity to start sinking in here, so that these guys, because they've become amazingly productive and they've shown beautiful growth in the last couple of months since I did the stone mulch. But this is the first winter where they've gone through winter with the stone mulching on it. So that's going to hold a lot of water here, and we want to add this as a refinement to the process. Okay, here's the tools we're going to use. We've got a couple of rakes, we've got 2 pry bars, or as we call them, gualas here in South Africa, and then there's my trusty old A-frame. And this is the first tree we're going to start with. I'm just trying to determine now more or less the fall of the land here, because we want to create a terrace on the one side and a sort of a berm on the other side. Right, so it looks like most of the land slopes down in that direction. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure off 2 lines on the contour here next to the tree using the A-frame, and then we're going to start scooping out the ground at the back and just putting it in front, so that this tree has a level space. Now there's a lot of rocks lying around here, as you can see. Last winter, when we started with the end of last winter, when we did the stone mulching for this, we didn't see any more rocks because this was all overgrown. But then as summer progressed, more and more of these rocks appeared. So we're going to use a lot of these rocks, just place them back in there. And what we're going to try and do as much as possible is to angle this one slightly, make it slightly deeper on the higher end, so that when the water runs in, it doesn't just lie down there, it actually gets the opportunity to sink down and start creating a plume. So those are now different mechanisms at work here. We've got the stone mulching, which in my previous videos you guys have seen how that works. That's gonna keep going on. We're not going to disturb that. We're not going to interfere with it anyway, because it's certainly shown that it works. I mean, this tree has added a meter's growth in the last year without any irrigation. We're just going to add something extra, because what I want these trees to do is to become productive. And they've already got a couple of, here's a few olives on them. It's the first time that they're bearing any olives, and I want them to carry a lot of olives. And in order for them to produce a lot of olives, I need to give them food, and I need to give them water, and I need to give them an environment in which they're going to be okay. And for that, we're going to need these mechanisms or structures that we're going to put in place. Alright, so this is directly on the contour. This is dead center here, dead level. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to use this thing and just draw a line here, and that will be on the contour. So from this point on, about this far out is how much we're gonna go around, because this is the drip line. This is how far the drip line extends for this tree. Now when the tree grows later on, and obviously it will, olive trees don't become like massive, huge like the eucalyptus over there and that monster over there. They don't get that big. They're gonna get maybe 2 or 3 times the size of this, I guess. Then we can always extend this. So we've got it on this side, and let's go to the other side as well. Check where the contour would lie. This is the contour. So this is the contour line over here, and you guys can see this is dead level. Leo, if you could come around. See, that's dead level. Okay. And so all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to mark this off as well. And here we've got our 2 marks over there and this side. We're not going to touch anything there. We're just going to start scooping it out on this side over here and then put this on that side. This is how far we are now with the water harvesting mechanism we're putting around this olive. Leo and I have been working steadily for about the last hour or so. This is what you can see. So that's what we've got. We've taken out from the back, and we're still busy removing a lot of that, and we moved it here to the front. Now what I'm going to do in the next day or so, I'm going to come around here and I'm going to sow some lupins in here. They're very, very fast growers and they're nitrogen fixers. And once you've planted them, they themselves are edible, which I didn't realize until just a couple of days ago. So that's an added crop already, but they'll also be feeding this guy, and we'll have extra growth from him. So that's going to be very cool, and they're going to be presenting, as they decay after this season, they're going to drop their dead parts here and creating biomass, which will enhance moisture retention and of course also obviously food for the tree. And in every winter, once we get our rains, the seeds that remain in this will automatically start growing again. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so this is where we are for now. We're basically done here for today. What we did was we measured off the contours, where the contours were, there and over there, and then we loosened everything with a guala. We loosened everything, and then we basically just raked it around the tree. We left the stone mulching intact. So when we get any water coming down here, it's gonna infiltrate here really, really quickly, and it's gonna create a beautiful water plume when we have the rainy season. Now, in the dry season, that water is gonna be underground. I'm gonna plant the lupins around it, Lupinus angustifolia. I'm going to plant the lupins around it. It's going to give it some shade as well. It's going to feed in here, but we're going to leave the rocks because the rocks are going to keep on forever to harvest every single little drop of moisture, every single little drop of dew that it can, which is going to feed down in there, and it's going to help to replenish the water plume. So this tree is now going to probably increase its rate of growth dramatically, even faster than the others that are also stone mulched around here. The bad news is there's 65 more of these guys that we need to go and make these swales around. Yeah. Something that I want to add, this side was deeper. It's slightly deeper than that side. The water would run from here and it should all gather on this side. That side is going to be far more fluffy and loose. There's more organic matter on that side as well, but this side is going to get more water. That is so we can create the plume to move under the tree. This is all part of terraforming and everything, and geoengineering, or whatever you want to call it. But this tree is going to be very, very thankful. I hope the other 65 are not going to disappoint us. We'll check in next time. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this, remember to like and subscribe. Bye.